I was cruising around today, enjoying this new car that I have as a result of replacing the lifter valve for my HPFP. And I decided, why not try to sell this car at this point? I don't like selling cars when they're not ready. If I don't like them, I just hold on to them. I'd rather not pass any problems to anybody else, unless I fully declare what the issue is. So here we have my 2011 Infiniti M56x. It's an all-wheel drive model, 159,194 miles. And we're going to, I'll price it like a 160,000 mile vehicle. So let's do a video. I hope to do this in one take and one take only. First, let me see, do the TPMS sensors, are they showing anything yet? Yes, they are showing something. Typically, I like all of them to be even. This one here is 34. I'm taking it to the shop tomorrow to get rebalanced, all the wheels to get rebalanced and have that tire checked. I wanted to show that before turning off the car, because as soon as I turn it off, yeah, the locks will open, or rather unlock. But, when I turn it on, it's going to need a little bit of time before the TPMS sensors work. I want to show as much as possible of the car. So let's go outside. There's not too much of the video right now. I was just walking around it to show you that it's a white car. You can't really tell much else from it. I mean, all you can tell is that it's not a sport model. And the wheels change, so the wheels don't really tell you anything. The badge is what tells you that it's an all-wheel drive model and it's an M56. The wheels, I think wheels do make the car. These wheels here are Infiniti FX45 wheels, or FX35 sport wheels. They're 20 inches, 20 by 8s. I decided to install these just because I had them as spares, and at the time I went to buy tires, because I wanted new tires. The tires for the 20-inch wheels were on sale, and they were cheaper than replacing the 18-inch wheel tires, so that's why I went with them. The tires are in good condition. The Deluxe, and I was hoping to see the date code over here. 619 is what I see, and these tires have about 10,000 miles of wear on them. They're pretty good, all the warranties that you could get from a shop. What else? Hasn't really been modified any other way. 160,000 miles of wear on the body, so we expect to see a little bit of road rash. See a little nick here. I really don't know what happened. I think that happened before me, but the pearl white paint looks decent. I'm not going to lie to you that this is a 10 out of 10. It's definitely not. A few we've also had pollen. Oh no, it's not pollen, I guess. Whatever it is, things falling from the trees, birds pooping on my stuff, so it doesn't look 100% clean. But I do my best to clean it up. On the front, as I said, this is just a regular model. Supposed to be called base, but it's not really a base model. It does have the midnight black grille over there, and usually that's about as much as you can tell from the outside. I mean, you can tell from the ride height. See how high that thing is sitting, that this is an all-wheel drive model. And I've gotten good enough that I can tell you whether it's an M56 or an M37 just by looking at it. So one thing a few of the things that we can note from the outside is coming from the bottom here. whenever you see a car like this and it's got this cutout over here, let's get a little closer. This one here, that means it's got the intelligent cruise control, and this is what you use for distance control assist, DCA. It pretty much just maintains space between you and the car in front of you when you set it to do so. It also senses when you're about to hit somebody. When you come here, when you see this cut out in the windshield right here, this one here is for your lane departure technology, lane departure warning, and lane departure prevention system. All of them, all the M37s, M56s do have automatic windshield wipers. So this is your rain sensor. All right, let's look at the inside. As I said, I've given no impression that this is a perfect car by any means. It does get used. So people with a keen eye might have noticed that this over here, and you know, the more you look at it, the more you can tell. This is the Deluxe touring package. So as far as M56s, as far as Infiniti M's go, this was the most fully loaded you could get one of these. In typical fashion, Infiniti M, the rear doors open pretty wide, so that gives you clean access to the rear. People with young kids might find this of value, but you do have some latch anchors. You know, when you see this icon here and here, lift this up and you can see there's a little bit of a clip here. So this is for your seat anchors, right? You do have other ones on top as well. Here's one of them. Here's another. There's another one all the way back there. So people with young kids will find that of value. Other people might not really see why I'm even talking about that, but it's a pretty nice family vehicle. Coming to the inside, let's talk about why this is a deluxe touring package. Starting from the top, you do have, they call it Suede-like headliner. You do have soft touch materials for your armrest. What else? Your center console, your knee bolster, I believe. What else was usually touched with the deluxe touring package? Your knee pad, your center console, your door insert. So as I said, all this stuff is kind of softer. The unique quilting on the seats and the door pattern as well. That is some deluxe package stuff right there. Let's get in. Memory seating, 2 positions. You do have 2 memory seating positions for these cars. All of them, that comes as standard. Also, the deluxe touring package comes with a white ash silver wood grain. This stuff right here, it does look good, and I've thought about ways of using that in my other cars. It's really good, I think. Okay. You do have forest air, and you can tell that by this icon over here. Not every one of them has it. So that is your forest air setting. You have a power rear sunshade, and here's the button for it. I'll turn it on later, you'll see. This one is, as I said, fully loaded. All M56s should come with all 3 bottom things. All 3 buttons have icons, including the heated steering wheel. This one here is the one that depends on the technology package. Lane departure warning. This is VDC. All of them should have it. In 2012, you could not really get anything. Oh, well, including 2011. This is an 11. You could not get anything here, so that's fine. Your standard Infiniti, menu over here. Then here you have the DCA. Again, this is one sign of a fully loaded technology package vehicle, because this is your DCA, forward collision warning, distance control assist, lane keep assist. It's a lot of things, and there are a lot of things in that alphabet soup. I'm not going to touch on all of them. We also have You might have noticed this, but the speakers, you do have seat speakers. So this one right here, it's usually one of the dead giveaways for a fully loaded model. Again, you have the 5.1 channel surround. It's a surround sound, really. It's a, could call it car home theater, but it's got 16 speakers in different places, so pretty well equipped, I'd say. Another thing I want to talk about with regards to the M56s and the catalytic codes P0420 and P0430. I've seen them come up a few times in my car. Most times they're off though, so I don't want this to sound like I'm tricking anybody, but typically in this car you're not going to see the light, and when I run the codes, maybe P0420 will be pending, but on this one here you don't typically see anything. So if I, when I sell it, I don't want you to think that I try to lie to you, because when you come pick it up, the light might be on. Anyway, let's do this. So turn it on. Perfect, it's off. I needed to mess with the radio so that it wouldn't come on. I don't want to get into copyright situations. So you have one touch windows for all your doors. The sunroof is also one touch. As much as I'm using my remote garage door opener, you actually have the home link settings over here. You could set them to do it. I just haven't done it on mine. Have global on lights. This one turns on all the lights in the car. I'm happy they brought that back. Power folding side mirrors. Let's see the power sunshade in action. So another goofy or neat thing, depending on how you look at it, whenever you put this thing in reverse, the power sunshade comes down. Just personally, I don't like it, but then you have reverse tilt down mirrors. So this is it right now. But when I have the mirror setting on either the left one or the right one, it doesn't matter. Both of them are going to tilt down. So turn this to the left, center, they go up. Same thing to the right or to the left. I'll move it to the left. Watch the other one. The right one moves down. Move it from the left back to the center, and it goes back up. So you have that. From audio, you have so many different things you could do here. FM, AM. So that's FM right there. You have disc. This right here is a DVD player for this package. I don't have any DVDs to play right now. It also plays CDs. You have music box, which is your hard drive that saves, you can save your music in there. Have some music in there right now. Then you have Bluetooth, and I don't want to get into any problems, but so this allows you to not only have Bluetooth over your phone, but you can actually play Bluetooth music as well. So let's see. I've hooked my phone up, as you can see here. That shows that your phone is hooked up. And if anything will play. No. So let's try to play something. Might be hard to convey how good it sounds over a camera through this and through whatever it is you're gonna play back this video on, but it sounds really good. So, but you do have settings here, audio, you know, all these different things. Typically surround effect max, just play it with all the smart settings on. You get to enjoy it a little more. It's not as punchy as other systems I've had in the past, but it is, the best way to describe it is mature, so I'll go with that. Obviously you can see from here this one has navigation, so let's go with map. There you go. It works pretty well. Could spend an hour showing you this car, by the way. Soft close glove box. Being that it's an M56, comes with heated and cooled seats. The premium model M37s also had cooled seats, but typically the standard is just heated seats. All of them came with this drive mode selector, sport, standard. I'll drive it in standard. You can see what happens when you change it. That's what happens. Okay, what else? Let's go to the back. I usually like to have all-weather floor mats on mine, so the rubber floor mats on my cars, but you're more than welcome to reinstall the original ones. I still do have the original ones, including back here, because it's you know, at least you keep this one covered. Since I don't, you know, there's not too much action in the back, I don't mind just laying the rubber over the carpet. But I do have the front ones as well. You have to remove those so that you don't cause any accidents, especially for the driver. Let's get here, pop the trunk. It's a busy trunk, I'll tell you. It's got a lot of stuff. This is the car for which I was making the video on the wooden floor mat. As you can see, I do use it quite extensively. It's a nice car, you know. It's a kind of car that wears a three-piece suit from Monday through Friday and can jump into overalls on Saturday and Sunday to work hard. So, as you can see, I do have the original floor mat. I was carrying it around just in case, and I guess it's a good coincidence that I decided to make the video right now. So you can have whichever one you please, or both, whatever, really. It's not too hard for me to make another one. So, pretty handy. I haven't shown you this, but you do have a rear ski pass-through for your trunk over here. Supposed to close. I suppose the little person that was back here did not fully close it. I'll deal with that later. There you go. That's your ski pass-through to the back. But that should be it. Maybe I can show you that. Well, actually it looks way cleaner than I thought it would. But premium fuel only. That's all I've been using in this car. I think it looks decent. So the big question is, why would you even consider selling it? I don't know. I just want to see. There's no real reason. The car runs just fine. It's a feeler video. I'll put it out there and see what happens. If people buy it, cool. If not, not a problem. Just as happy keeping it. But I do have another project, so I'd rather create the space to work on all these cars. By the way, maybe I could get an exhaust video. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna, I suppose, take a bunch of pictures and get to driving. Actually, I'll take pictures later. Let me just drive. As I said, I wanted to do this in one take, so let's see. Oh! How can I do all this without popping the hood? healthy V8 engine, pumps out 420 horsepower with 20 pound-feet of torque. I'm not going to check right now, but I never let the oil run low. All the fluids are good. The battery is not brand new, but as I could see, it started it right up. Filters have been replaced. All up to date with the recalls. The timing chain recall has been done, as well as, well, this other one was not a recall, but I've taken it to the dealer for transmission fluid service. Yeah, last night I personally did the lifter bucket for the high pressure fuel pump, so I don't expect it to fail anytime soon. I think it should be a really nice car for whoever keeps driving it for the next 200,000 miles. I'm ready to take off now, but one thing I needed to mention was this. In here you do have, so you have one charging port over here, you know, your power outlet. You have another one in here, but you also have a USB port over here. Can't really show you because of lighting concerns, but due to the good thing, bad thing for other people, good thing for iPhone users, when you stick an Apple product, I think, I don't have one myself, you can actually play music straight from your phone using the Bluetooth, using the USB cord, so you don't have to Bluetooth stream it or anything. I don't have any products myself to be able to play, but just trust that it works, and if you have an iPhone, it will work pretty well. For me, so for now, let's get to driving. This is what I was talking about earlier under info. Tap pressure doesn't really show up for a while. Actually have climate settings. You could do dual. You could turn off the forced air, or you could turn off some kind of a setting. The breeze mode is what makes this feel like, you know, like the forest, as I said. It pulses the air, so to say. We do have other things, by the way. Driver assistance settings. These. I mentioned you have the distance control assist to keep distance between you and the guy in front of you. Lane keep, and then blind spot. If you're trying to turn left or, you know, switch lanes and there's a car in your blind spot, it just resists. So let's go. Maybe we'll get something cool on the drive home. Maybe you'll get an acceleration video. Don't really know, but let's get this on the road. And I'll tell you, I will, if I do sell this car, I'm gonna miss it. One of the reasons I drive it all the time is, one, it's more comfortable than the sport model. Two, it is very sure-footed. In situations like, say, gravel over here, I would have been sure to swing the tail of the M56 around, but this guy, since all four wheels usually grip, I think, when during hard acceleration, it never breaks loose. It just goes, you know. So I'm about to join the road here. It's just gonna be a 0 to 60 if I can, just see what it does, as long as there are no cops in front. Okay, go. Wow, that's the lane keep stuff. I'm gonna turn it off. And also turn this to sport mode. That's what you see. Then once I do sport mode, I'm going to do another 0 to 60. You'll notice it shouldn't really change much. Sport mode is mainly for, I guess, a lot of shifting and what you do. So, you know what? There's a truck behind me. I'll let him go first. And maybe I'll be able to show the distance control assist thing. See how it works. And Okay. 0 to 60 in sport mode. Should be no difference. Now just pound it all the way down. Hammer. It's taking a little longer than I usually expected to, but as I said, there you go. The downshifting. That's what happens in sport mode. Downshift rev matching. You're not going to get a 100-mile-an-hour sprint for me. Oh, by the way, since this is free, so I've turned the distance control assist feature on. You see all the green? Okay, so let's do this again under sport mode. I'll tell you, for whatever it is the camera cannot show, this car is moving. And right now it's beeping because it thinks I'm on the edge. I guess there was a little bit of construction mishap over there. That light over there. So look at the dash. Let me veer off to the side. That's it. And then when I have this button over here, that kind of keeps me. It actually steers it back. So there's my hand. Watch what happens. Return me into the lane. See what it does there? It says, hey, you got a car with something in front of you. So the DCA is keeping distance. It won't let me hit him. All I'm doing is steering right now and being on the gas. It's not letting me get any closer to that truck. Turn DCA off and watch how close I can get to him. Because at the time the gas pedal was fighting me. Then it's also got another passive system. If I'm approaching this vehicle and I'm not stopping fast enough, it will start beeping at me. I hope I get an opportunity to do that right now. Good. Red light. So if I'm not stopping, watch what happens. No foot on brake. I'm just ready to do it. There you go. I still have the 18-inch wheels for the M56x. That's where I set them. So if you're more interested in having a stock look, you know, a cushier ride and all that, for whatever reason, if you prefer to have the 18-inch wheels back on, just let me know and I'll make it happen. I'll buy you brand new tires for the 18-inch wheels and install them. I personally think the 20s look better, but again, I'm open to selling them. To selling the car with the original wheels, not a problem.